I want you to slow down for a moment and picture something very familiar. Your kitchen in the evening. The light is on. Everything feels normal, quiet, safe. You finished your day. You're not thinking about your health in that moment. You're thinking about dinner, maybe comfort, maybe routine. And that's exactly where this story begins. Because for most people, especially after 60, the most important health decisions are not made in a doctor's office. They are made right there, in small, ordinary moments, repeated every single day. Let me explain why this matters more than you might think. Imagine someone in their late 60s, careful, responsible, doing what they've been told, taking their medications on time, trying to stay on track. From the outside, everything looks correct, and yet something isn't working. Blood pressure remains high, not dramatically, not suddenly, but consistently. And here's the part that makes this important. It's not because they are careless. It's because of small patterns that feel completely normal. Patterns that no one ever explained to them. Patterns that slowly, quietly, add pressure to the system. And what makes this even more powerful is this. Those patterns are not rare. They are extremely common. They are part of everyday life, which means they are easy to ignore until they matter. Today, I want to walk you through 5 of those patterns. 5 simple adjustments. Nothing extreme, nothing overwhelming. Just clear, practical shifts that support your body in a steady, natural way. And the best part is, you don't need to wait. You can begin with one of them tonight. But before we get into that, there's something important you need to understand. Because without this, the rest won't fully connect. After 60, your body doesn't stop working well. But it does begin to work differently. Your blood vessels, for example, are not as flexible as they once were. When you were younger, they could expand easily, adjust quickly, handle changes without resistance. But over time, that flexibility decreases. They become more rigid. And when that happens, your heart has to apply more effort to keep blood moving smoothly. Now here's something that often goes unnoticed. This process is influenced by low-level, ongoing inflammation, not something sharp, not something you feel right away, but something that builds slowly, day by day, year by year. And one of the biggest influences on that process is something you interact with multiple times every single day. Food, not just what you eat, but how you eat it, when you eat it, and how your body responds to it. Let's begin with the first adjustment. The next time you sit down for a meal, don't rush. Just pause for a moment and notice your first move. What do you reach for? Most people don't think about it. They go for what's closest, what feels natural. Bread, rice, potatoes, something quick, something familiar. But here's a small shift that can change the entire way your body responds to that meal. Start with vegetables, before anything else. Now I know what you might be thinking. That's too simple. But stay with me, because the simplicity is exactly what makes it powerful. Vegetables are rich in fiber, and fiber changes how your body processes everything that follows. It slows down how quickly sugars enter your bloodstream, which means your body doesn't experience sharp spikes. And those spikes matter, because when your blood sugar rises quickly, your body releases insulin. And insulin affects more than just sugar. It influences your blood vessels. It can cause them to tighten, which means your pressure can rise, even during a normal meal, without you feeling it. Now imagine that happening day after day, meal after meal, without awareness. By simply changing the order of your food, you create a more stable internal response. Vegetables first, then protein, then everything else. You're not removing anything, you're guiding the process. And over time, that guidance creates balance. Now let's move to something that many people have seen, but often underestimate. Apple cider vinegar. It's simple, accessible, nothing complicated. But when used correctly, it can support how your body responds to food. 1 to 2 tablespoons, mixed in a full glass of water, taken with meals, that's all. No extremes, no overuse, just consistency. It helps slow down how quickly sugars enter your bloodstream. It supports a more stable response, and it encourages your blood vessels to remain more relaxed. Important, always dilute it, and always listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, pause and speak with your doctor. Now let's talk about something that happens when you're not paying attention at all. Sleep. Most people think of sleep as rest, but your body is still active. And after 60, something important can change. Your blood pressure may not lower at night the way it should. Instead of resting, your system may stay active, working quietly in the background. And because you're asleep, you don't notice it. You simply wake up, feeling not quite refreshed, not fully rested, without knowing why. This is where a small evening habit can support your body. Walnuts, a small portion before bed. They contain natural compounds that support relaxation, helping your system shift into a calmer state, helping your body follow its natural rhythm. Not a large amount, just enough to signal your body that it's time to slow down. Now let's move to something that has been part of traditional routines for generations. Hibiscus tea. Deep red, slightly tart, simple, but powerful in a gentle way. It supports how your blood vessels function, helping them stay more relaxed, supporting balance over time. 1 cup in the morning, 1 later in the day, and 1 in the evening. A steady rhythm, a calm habit. Something your body begins to recognize. Now I want you to do something very practical after this video. Go to your kitchen, open the cabinet where you keep your oils, and take a look, because this is one of the most overlooked areas, and one of the most repeated habits in daily life. Many common oils are highly processed, used frequently, often heated, and over time, they can contribute to imbalance inside the body. Instead, choose more stable, simple options. Extra virgin olive oil for everyday use. Simple, traditional fats in moderation when needed. No extremes, just better choices, repeated consistently. Now let's pause again, because something important is happening here. You've heard 5 different things, and they all seem simple. And that's exactly the point. The body doesn't need complexity, it needs consistency. Each of these habits works in the same direction, supporting balance, reducing unnecessary strain, helping your system function more smoothly, and when combined, they create something powerful. Not overnight, but over time. Now here's what matters most. Do not try to do everything at once. That leads to overwhelm, and overwhelm leads to stopping. Instead, choose one, just one, something that feels easy, something that doesn't require effort, and start there. Repeat it until it becomes automatic, until you don't think about it anymore. Then add the next. That is how real change happens. Slowly, steadily, naturally. Your body responds to patterns. The question is, what patterns are you giving it? Now take a moment. Which of these feels right for you tonight? That's your starting point, and that's enough. If this helped you see things differently, consider sharing it with someone close to you, because many people are trying to take care of themselves, but are missing small, important pieces like this. Take care of yourself. And take care of your heart. One habit, one evening, one decision at a time, and one final thought. Everything shared here is general guidance meant to support awareness. Before making changes, especially if you are taking medication, it's always best to speak with your healthcare provider, because the best results come when knowledge and care work together. And the good news is, you don't need to wait. You can begin tonight.